to the party. I'm up the Molly, the Zen, the lean. That's why I'm moving retarded. That's why I'm moving retarded. If we got something in common, welcome to the party. You shot it, nigga? Welcome to the party. Or you get bitches? Welcome to the party. I'm from Canarsie, Brooklyn, where we get the money at.
I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, those who grew well towards this truth and sincerity. Milak Mara'af from the Shepherd of Bread Camp. And I titled this video, welcome to the party. All right, welcome to the party. Was building with the priest Awan Mayun, that's the camp head of the Shepherd of Bread Camp, and he was reading about the story in Jehu. All right, and what Jehu pretty much was doing is he was reorganizing Israel's focus. All right, because Israel gets distracted. All right, and there was stumbling blocks. All right, and these stumbling blocks was causing Israel pretty much to make themselves or spread themselves thin, so to speak, because the scriptures say, "Let thy eye be single." Let me start off with that. In order for the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah to really bless the nation of Israel, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and for him to really perform a miracle, we have to be singular focused. Like, in order for a plant to grow, it has to be directly in that sunlight. So what I'm saying is that our focus has to be not spread all throughout many things and worrying about what the worldly things is going on. Our focus got to really just remain on this truth and inside of the knowledge of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So this is Matthew chapter 6, verse 22. It says, "The light of the body is thy eye. If therefore thy eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light." And when you think about being single, it's thinking about being one. All right. When you at that one state, that neo state, that complete focus, you don't see nobody. You just pretty much are confident in all things. You're not easily persuaded. Your mindset is, you're sure. Your answers is sharper. You're more on point. You're not going to get offended because your mind is you're not unsure. People who get offended or people who double think things is because they're not sure. So when the Holy Spirit, the Lord blesses those and increase those whose eye is single, who focus on this. All right, you got to be sure that this is the way. All right, when you sure that this is the way, then the Lord will deal with you and work with you. It says, "Let the light of thy body, the light of the body is thy eye. If therefore thy eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light." So what is that? What is that light going to be? That light is dealing with the truth. It says, "Let your light shine before men." That's pretty much the purpose of it, what Israel is to do. We're supposed to let our light shine before men, not to sell courses like Caesar Pina and DJ Envy. Our light, the light we supposed to give off is pretty much a direction for the heathen, for Israelite Gentiles to come in this truth and follow this way, and even extending unto the actual heathen themselves to follow these ways, to see that this is how blessings come. Because everybody's following one algorithm. The reason why you got so many scammers out here is because they're following the algorithm of the wicked, and they're spreading themselves by looking at that way. Well, look how he's winning, and look at how she winning, and look at how that person's winning. They're not really winning. They just glazing it up to look like they winning, but really they the ones losing. You see, and then when you do it, you got the feds on you. When you do it, you in these issues and you these different types of situations. So, all right. It says, "Let thy eye be single," verse 23. "But if thy eye be evil," that's because you looking evil eye, DJ Envy, an envious eye, right? Because what's going on is you looking at what's going on over there. When it happens, though, it happens to us all. It's not to say I'm speaking that from a perfect perspective, so to speak, but with knowledge and experience, when you look at the things going on the outside, and you want to put your hand to it, what you're doing is you're spreading yourself from being focused on what you already have. And that's how you lose the things you already have. And that's how you ended up spreading yourself too thin to other things, right? So if thy eye be evil, It says, thy whole body shall be full of light. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness? And now you got darkness. All right. So the focus on his truth is to give you the light. So, hey, you look out there and it happens. It happens to the best of us. That's what Yahweh, that's why it's good to have it's good to have the apostles of GMS. You got overseers, camp overseers, and brothers that realign you, your mindset a certain way through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, so your eye could be focused, because we in a world where it's easily to get distracted, very easily to get distracted, because everything before you is pretty much used as a tool to distract you and let you spread yourself thin. Because now you comparing about, what this person got. Oh man, I gotta try to work on that. Man, I gotta try to work on that. Man, I gotta try to get to this situation. And there's nothing wrong with maintaining yourself. Of course, we got to in his life, but is being used. Trust and believe Satan's using it as a way to spread you thin. Because now your focus is not as sharp as it once was, So with Jehu, going back to the story of Jehu, welcome to the party. Welcome to the party, right? Because what was going on, I'm gonna get the story. What I have right here. Let me get this real quick. Wisdom of Solomon 2:22. At 2:23, for God created man to be immortal. Why? Because man was going to be focused on God just solely and completely. And to be one with God and completely focus on him is to be pretty much in an angelic state, to be immortal, to be perfect. Because the angels of the Lord are perfect. They doing every will. They just focus on them. They're not distracted. Their minds is solely, all right, at one with Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Meanwhile, we get distracted by the things down here. So, you might see things and get caught up, because there's things that you may like, but the things that you may like and, pretty much may have a liking to, which is being used as evil. See, those things is turned into evil. It's coming with wicked devices. And that's how Satan is using it. Things for the body, you may be doing certain stretches, right? You're doing certain stretches and stuff, but it could come with a whole nother vibe of another deity like yoga. You doing stretches and breathing, but they're doing it, and it's being covered now in a way where it's another deity service to it. We could think about a bunch of, that's what I could think about right now through the Holy Spirit actually doing something like that. Its origin will be of a heathenistic mindset. Now, you got people that's, stretch without it, but that's what their base is coming from. But more or less, that's how the things is being turned into. Exercises, even the gyms, it can be turned into a heathenistic way. Is it good to take care of yourself in that way? Yeah, but the customs is attached to it, things a certain way. All right. Moving along, it says, for God created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity. So, right, that's what man was made to be, an image of the Lord, pretty much a reflection of the perfection of God, a reflection of his company and how the Lord moves in heaven. You're a representative of God. And that's basically what we were designed and made to be. All right. Verse 24, nevertheless, through envy of the devil, see, looking and seeing, what's that? Oh, all right, let me try that. Came death into the world. All right. And they that do hold of his side do find it. And see, when you hold on to those ways, and that's why when you hear the word and the word go forth, you're supposed to let go of those devices. You're supposed to let go and be like, oh shit, okay, because those are the warnings that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is giving. But when you hold on and say, you know what, I can't let go of this. This is what I want to go down to. I can't let go of not being a freak. I can't let go of not doing these worldly activities. I can't let go of this lifestyle, and then that's when you find death, because now you're hearing the word. Now you your mind should be recalibrated a certain way. All right, because you see things out there, you'll see things all over the place because of the corruption in the world. This is what it's tied up into it. It's mixed with these things, man. It's mixed with demonic ways. You know, that's the ability that Satan was given. Foods, things you find with foods. Like I said, exercises, even sex itself. It can be tied up with things and demonic activities because this is how the envy. The devil was saying, yo, well, you ever tried this? Nah, you got to, hey, you try this way. That's that's pretty much them gassing it to make it look like you missing out on something when you ain't missing out on nothing. But through that and you being inclined and being curious, right? That's how death entered into the world. So when that's going on, the Lord is also sending out a spiritual terminator like Jehu, right, to clean up all of those because those are what you call stumbling blocks. All right. Let's go into it. Those are called stumbling blocks. All right. This is read this real quick. But let me finish it. Let me go to what I had earlier in Sirach. And I'll get this precept. This is Sirach 3 and 21. Seek not out things that are too hard for thee. Right. And it says, neither search the things that are above thy strength, but what is commanded thee, think thereupon with reverence, for it is not needful for thee to see with thy eyes the things that are in secret. So there's things that, and you know what? This is a way you should move in all, in your own life as well, because the Lord not going to show everything, because what the Lord knows that the mind, the wicked heart of the mind, once it figures it all out, is more like it's now less interesting. You know what I'm saying? It's now less interesting. So it's going to move on to something else. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the mindset that you have to move in, because once it's figured out, once it's wrapped its hand around it and figured everything out, now it's less interested. And now it's just kind of like, well, I already know how you going to move. I already know this. I already know that. And now, it is no fervency in it. The truth is no fervency of you doing anything, because you kind of like your mind is like not even looking forward to anything spectacular anymore. All right. So that's why the Lord got this way. And also, another thing going back to what I'm saying is that it's not needful for the eyes to see to know all things. Not all things is profitable unto everybody, because, once again, you oh man, look what they doing over here. Oh man, look at look, man, look what they get into with technology. Look, everybody's taking a chip. Oh man, look how, you spread yourself into those realms, is what's going to lead you into destruction. And that's why the prophets, y'all get mad. Y'all shouldn't get mad, because these men are actually set up to actually guide you. Because obviously, it's obvious that the whole world is doing one thing, but what everybody doing in the world is leading unto destruction. It says the broad way leadeth unto destruction. So 9 times out of 10, what the masses are doing is what's going off. And you might not see what the wickedness in it until the Lord expose it, but that comes with warning. And when you people are given a warning, it's like you buck up against it. And so what that leaves the Most High to do is get a spiritual Jehu, man. Which we're going to go into, man. It says, be not curious, verse 23, be not curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are showed unto thee than men understand. So yeah, don't be curious in unnecessary matters, things that don't pertain to this truth, that pertain unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You know, a lot of dudes want to get super deep. You know, it's unnecessary. You know, to know it all out. How to the kingdom of heaven. Like let that be a surprise. You know. You know what I mean? More things is showed than men understand. To have this knowledge and prophecy and know that you're an Israelite and things, that's a lot in itself. But other unnecessary matters, the time, dates and things of that nature. We haste, but certain things ain't, is not necessary to know. Unnecessary matters. That's why it says, intended to things pretty much unto salvation. So I'm getting into endless genealogy, all what about unnecessary matters of reincarnation, who this person is and that person is. For more things are shown unto thee than men understand. For many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion have overthrown their judgment. All right, and that's what happens, man. Many are deceived by the vain opinion, and evil suspicion have overthrown their judgment. Too overly suspicious. But once again, just not sitting down and focusing on the simplicity of the truth, man. The simplicity of the truth. All right. One thing, the simplicity of this truth that Yahweh Shai, my Shiach, showed when he was on this earth. Yahweh Shai, and he dealt with the simplicity, all right, and showing what this truth was about. And when he did things with Peter, with washing the feet, the things that, the lessons that he taught them, it was simplicity, coming through this thing as a newborn babe, a child shall enter the kingdom of heaven. Just the simplicity part of it. It wasn't nothing galactical. It was everything in its simplicity state. Treat the second most commandment, pretty much treating our neighbor as ourselves. The first, of course, serving the Lord thy God with all thy heart. Simplicity. Men try to get into deep things and figure, and it's not called for. Yeah, man. Let me get this real quick. Let me get this preset. I had written this down. Simplicity. Stumbling. Right, because these stumbling. Okay. That should be it then. Let me see. Oh no, this is Zephaniah. Let me get this real quick. Zephaniah 1:3. I will consume man and beasts. I will consume the fowls of the heaven and the fishes of the sea and the stumbling blocks with the wicked, and I will cut off man from off the land, saith the Lord. So, yeah, and how the Lord is going to do that is by the way of linking everybody up. And that's pretty much what Jehu did, it's a story we'll get into, saying welcome to the party, because now this party, all right, as you heard him say in the intro, oh, you shot somebody? Welcome to the party. Oh, you adulterer? Welcome to the party. Oh, you a LGBTQ member? Welcome to the party. Or you chipping yourself? Welcome to the party. What's ultimately going to welcome them to the party is that RFID, all right? That mark of the beast, that's going to seal those for sure that's inside the party. That's going to be your scanning code that you're locked in a party. You're going to have your digital ID, all your information on there, and you're going to have been inside the party. The thing is that this party is going to be with a real light show and the last performance you ever going to see. All right. And all you going to be starring in it, man. You know, all you going to be starring in it, you know. So we got to take heed, you know, in these last days, you know, especially with these things picking up. All right. A lot of prophecies kicking off, especially with things going on in the Middle East and things going on throughout the Babylon. OK. It says, in the stumbling blocks with the wicked, and I will cut off man from off the land, saith the Lord. So the Lord has already said what he going to do. All right. So it's on how you going to operate with those words. All right. The stumbling blocks, he going to consume himself. So the damn devices that you got tricked by, the Lord going to remove them shits. So you ain't even going to have an excuse to be like, well, you know, well, all right, I'm going to remove it now, but I'm removing you too. So now, you know, the stumbling blocks, okay, once again, is all of those little distractions out there, all right? You know, another stumbling block, like I mentioned, the Caesar Pena, all right? You got a lot of Jakes that's out there, man, just misleading other Jakes, giving them false hope and finding a way out of Babylon, but they scamming one another, making them take all these courses and doing Ponzi schemes, you know? And then, you know, Jake looking to win so bad, get caught up in this thing, and they end up running around, wasting their time, tripping up. All right, and it becomes a stumbling block. You know, then they don't, you know, and then again they grow less trust, which, you know, it says don't have no trust in man. But then once again, you know, at the same time is, you know, it's causing a big division, you know, amongst Israel themselves. So if they don't trust each other, then who you going to trust? Now they're going to be even more trusting, you know, well, you know, man, well, the other nations pretty much. You know, these are all stumbling blocks and devices, man. But I just wanted to bring that part out and get straight to this story, you know. Salakia. Slacky, you know what? It's right here. 2 Kings chapter 10. I'm gonna get to the point. This is 2 Kings chapter 10, verse 18. It says, and Jehu gathered all the people together and said unto them, Ahab served Baal much, right? Ahab served Baal a little, but Jehu shall serve him much. So what Jehu was doing was he was pretty much using subtlety, saying that, you know, Ahab, man, he only served Baal a little bit, man. But the way I'm going to serve him, I'm about to really go in, you know, and you know, pretty much Baal, for those who don't know, is a deity, a demonic deity, in which serving Baal will be through by way of eating certain foods, certain sexual rituals, also certain some ceremonial sacrifices. All right, sacrificing your children. You know, it was just they had a whole line. And actually, you know, it'd be good to do. Just look it up right now. How did people serve Baal? You know, because sometimes it's good to read this stuff, man, because you could be doing things and not even realizing that you're serving a deity. Right? How did people serve Baal? Near or in large towns, formal temples of Baal existed. In some cases, his worship seems to have ritual sex between a king or priest and a female priestly counterpart. So, it was a ritual sex symbolizing the union of heaven and earth, which brings on the blessing of rain and crops. So that was one way. Human sacrifices. All right. Not only human sacrifices, but also grotesque sensuality characterized the worship of Baal. All right. Grotesque sensuality. Not even gross. Oh, but also the grossest sensuality. Look up that word sensuality. The enjoyment, expression, or pursuit of physical, especially sexual pleasure. So, once again, by the device of sex, which is good, a good thing, it's a blessing. You know, that's how the Lord set it up, where men and women shall be pretty much be fruitful and multiply. But now here it is, having sex in this type of manner. This goes back to this deity, you know, and that's where the deception comes into play. That's where the trickery comes into play. Oh wow, who destroyed or what you gonna get into? Jehu. You know. Let's get a little more, man. Get a little more, man. Cause you know this shit, man. You know, it's not like Esau come out and tell you, you know, this is thing, you know, you know, but they'll have things going on, and it goes back to everything. Just like the Nike goes, everything goes back to, you know, it is no way you're gonna walk through here perfect, you know, because once again, this world is given into the hand of the wicked, you know. But to offend less in such a manner, and to have such of a understanding is great, because this is why you got to pray and ask for forgiveness every day of the Lord, because every day you be sinning and going off, because your mannerisms, although it ain't on purpose or directed that way, but it'll be the actions is with his service and something else, you know. And pretty much the whole world is doing it, just like the whole Christmas, you know. Now, nobody would specifically say, hey, they say they're worshiping the Lord. But when you really get into it, it's not. It just go back to something else. That itself is a plain, pure example, you know. And most households don't know that. But, you know, it's again, the traditions of men and doing things you don't even understand, you know. And so, well, let me see. Ritualistic Baal worship in some looked a little like this. Adults would gather around the altar. Infants would then be burned alive. Check that out. So child sacrifices. And what you got going on in this world, you got a lot of children being kidnapped. So you never know, you know, once again, that rings or them kidnapping things of that nature is pretty much a whole service or worshiping. Those who are doing it are worshiping actual Baal. You know, infants would then be burned alive as a sacrificial offering to the deity. Salaki. Do not stir. To the deity amid horrific screams and the stench of charred human flesh, congregants, men and women, would engage in bisexual orgies. So there will then be orgies. So where they show you in pornography, these orgies, this mannerism stemmed from serving Baal. This is crazy, man. But this is what the world is not showing you. This is what the world is not showing you. So you think it's just you just engaging in something pleasurable, right? You think, oh well, man. No, but this goes back to serving another deity. You're actually serving a God. For those who say, oh man, they don't believe it, you're actually serving a God. The ritual of convenience was intended to produce economic prosperity by prompting Baal to bring rain for the fertility of the Mother Earth. So they were actually doing that to invoke it to rain. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. So this is all they had to sacrifice their own children. Fucking sacrifice their own children. Freak off after sacrificing their own children. I mean, you gotta be outside your mind. Kids just died. Now you freaking off, and then you just waiting for rain to come down. That shit is insanity, man. But now, of course, it's not being attached to that, but the same things are going down. Maybe not so much the children being charred in human flesh, but how they being offered will be a different way. All right, you do got the whole alphabet community, okay, and see that itself once again is going back to this service of this deity. All right, the ritual of convenience was intended to produce economic prosperity, and it's funny how those communities get the economic prosperity. You know, they get the alphabet communities getting funding. Economic prosperity by prompt and those who if you got a company or something and you stand by it, your company has to stand by it those who I stand by this community, and then they endorse you better, or if you don't, you lose out on certain endorsements, like they close up the rain from you because you're not saying that you stand behind that community, and it's funny because again they're looking at it as deity worship, like, well, okay, well, we're going to shut the door from you, right? It says economic prosperity by prompting Baal to bring rain for the fertility of the Mother Earth. The natural consequences of such behavior, pregnancy and childbirth, and the associated financial burdens of unplanned parenthood were easily offset. One could either choose to engage in homosexual conduct or with child sacrifice available on demand, could simply take part in another fertility ceremony to terminate the unwanted child. Wow. So get the fuck out of here. See, the Planned Parenthood itself is set up under the fucking thing of Baal. It just said it could simply take part in another fertility ceremony to terminate the unwanted child. So once again, they wasn't even, now I'm thinking about it different. They didn't even want the child in the first place. So it wasn't like a thing where you could do the abortion like that. So they had the whole baby. They didn't want the child anyway, and they terminated the child by being taking part of the ceremony. That's Planned Parenthood right there. It just said it. An unplanned parenthood would easily offset. One could either choose to engage in homosexual conduct so all of the bit goes back to it. The whole concept of these organizations and things that they have inside of Babylon the Great right now, it all goes back to the history of but they won't say it doesn't say it. So you don't think you're doing anything wrong. The plan B, Jake, getting an abortion, growing up, it doesn't seem like nothing wrong, Oh yeah, you freaking off with two females. It doesn't seem like, when you growing up, you don't see that attached to it. It's actually cool. Oh yeah, it's a gain. Oh yeah, I ain't want the child, so it's cool. It's all right, man. I'll do it when I'm playing, when I'm ready. But now you seeing the truth of it. The truth of this whole thing is that it goes back to a whole deity worshiping. So you're not even serving. You actually serving another God by those ways of processing. It says modern liberalism deviates little from its ancient predecessor, while its macabre rituals have been sanitized with flowery. Okay, it's going into something else, but yeah. So now going back to what was thought I was just 2 Kings. Second Kings, the 10th chapter. Going back, Jehu wants to figure out who is all down with that behavior. Who's all down with that behavior? All right. And Jehu want to exterminate them. So Jehu does a welcome to the party gathering. All right. And Jehu gathered all the people together and said unto them, Ahab served Baal a little, but Jehu shall serve him much. Now therefore call unto me all the prophets of Baal, right? All his servants and all his priests. Let none be wanting, for I have a great sacrifice to do to Baal, right? I'm about to throw the biggest party, all right? Whosoever shall be wanting, he shall not live. But Jehu did it in subtlety, to the intent that he might destroy the worshippers of Baal. So he was tricking them, misleading them, all right? Let me get that. The deceive and the deceiver are his, man, all right? So Satan using Esau, all right, using these different devices to gather you, you think you winning, and you really you really being tricked. Job 12:10, in whose hand is the soul of every living thing and the breath of all mankind. Yeah, I was let me see, deceive all it is. But yeah, hey, that itself, the Most High controls everything, every living soul. So, okay. Job 12:16, with him is strength and wisdom. The deceive and the deceiver are his. So, the Most High, all right, Jehu was gathering them, but now he gonna have, Esau Edom is being used as a tool. That he gonna be used as a tool to gather up those who want to serve. To gather up the 2/3, the 2/3 of the nation of Israel. All right, he's being used as a device, because Jake is, Jake. They don't want to be simple. They don't want to be plain. They want to be exotic. They want to be stand out. They want to be outstanding. They want to be, a one to remember. And who gives them that access in this current society is Esau. Esau is giving them that current access to be unique. He's giving them, I can make you a star. I can make you a superstar. I can make you one to be remembered. And Jake signs those contracts and does whatever Esau wants, and they're giving all of the toys and all of the visuals and things of that nature, for one to lust after and chase after. Meanwhile, Esau got them stamped. And the final stamp is going to be through that chip. Once again, that MOTB. But he got them stamped. He got them doing the ceremonial things of serving Baal. See, Esau's not doing that. Like that service costs a lot. You got to attend these functions. You got to be here at this time. You got to say this and that. He's pretty much got you every day. You're pledging allegiance to Baal. It says, verse 19. Now therefore call unto me all the servants of all the prophets of Baal, all his servants and all his priests. Let none be wanted, for I have a great sacrifice to do to Baal. Whosoever shall be wanting, he shall not live. But Jehu did it in subtlety, to the intent that he might destroy the worshippers of Baal. Verse 20. And Jehu said, proclaim a solemn assembly for Baal. And they proclaimed it. Right. So he proclaimed a solemn assembly. Right, pretty much a party, a secret gathering, man. A secret gathering, the Bohemian Grove gathering, right? For those who was true worshipers, right? Verse 21. And Jehu sent through all Israel, and all the worshipers of Baal came, so that there was not a man left that came not. And they came into the house of Baal, and the house of Baal was full from one end to another. Yeah, man, it was like the Yin Yang Twin song, from the window to the wall. All these females serve Baal. All ski. That was the theme song. That was the theme song. It was serving Baal. From the window to the wall. It was a packed house. It was a sold out venue. It was a sold out conference. This was the Baal Con. The demon con, verse 22, and he said unto him that was over the vestry, right? Bring forth vestments for all the worshipers of Baal, and he brought for vestments. Right? So this is a fashion. This is a particular fashion. A fashion. The vestries is the clothing. So they put on a particular clothing, a particular robe. You know, they understand how they would dress for the occasion. All right? There was a particular fashion. So that's why you see now, all right, a lot of these guys, man, a lot of the people in this world, man, they got this style of dressing. All right, this new age style of dressing. You know, pretty much it looks like death, man. Let me see. You see this Balenciaga. And that itself, look at this is woman's wear. Look at this shit. Sorry, international error has occurred. She look like a fucking bat. You know? Look at this. She looked like a fucking her dad. Like her dad's wearing an outfit. It's just demonic dark energy, man. It's demonic dark energy. No damn colors. No colors. Just black. You know? And oh yeah, remember when the kid was wearing, look, dark shit. You know, all oversized, dark, demonic, crazy shit, man. You know, excuse me for cursing, but this is oh yeah, and Baal went to what? Baal is Balenciaga, go back to Baal's king. So it's funny that all of these things isn't these things is inside of it, but it really isn't. It just exposes that this is truly what it is. This was the style of dressing. You know, and I think Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, because I remember having them being into the fashions of this world, but it came to an end, especially coming in this truth. Doesn't mean that brothers don't dress, pretty much like, oh man, you can't wear nothing. But you're not caught up into these newer patterns. These patterns they straight out the gate with it. Like, nigga, you wear this shit. First of all, you got to spend $2,000. So you got to be a true worshiper. You got to really, so the Lord hinders a lot of things. Brothers may say, damn, man, I'm gentle. But the Lord be hindering a lot, man. Because, man, you could get caught up in this shit and be serving a whole deity. This is part of the fit. So the actions, we went into the actions and the customs of what they were doing. Now it's going into how they were dressing. How they were dressing. The appearance. Let me get that. Abstain for the appearance of evil. First Thessalonians 5:22. Abstain from all appearance of evil. Right. A lot of these looks is really on the is really on the different. It's just different. Look at this shit. And a lot of them are they're prayed over with demonic energy. And a lot of them are into they're witches and warlocks themselves. A lot of the fashion people are witches and warlocks themselves. Like, look at it. Look at this shit, man. I mean, it's insane, And people, somebody will go out and buy that outfit because it's worth a certain amount of money. Look at this shit, man. Look at this. Look at this. It's madness. Look at this. Madness. 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 Look at it, man. It's madness. It looks evil. It looks evil. It doesn't even look, Jake, even though Jake or the Jordans, go back to, certain, but I mean, this shit is straight out, man. $8,000 for this. Look at this shit, man. So this is what, this is how you had to dress. Oh, you get fly too. Welcome to the party. You got that on, that Balenciaga, new deconstructed jacket. Welcome to the party. Look at this nigga here, bro. Welcome to the party. You know? But you know, a lot of look at it, man. It is all over it, man. Look at it. The neck thing. Look at it. She looked distressed. I mean, it looks like Wednesday from the Addams Family, man. I mean, it's crazy. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. You know, it just I don't know how anybody wear this shit, man. But you know, then again, I can't say that because you know the spirit of power Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai got it. But you know, if you constantly seeing it, being around it, and you seeing that that's cool, you're gonna yo, welcome to the party. You know, you're gonna want that. You know, so Jehu gathered all these niggas, man. Everybody. Yo, bro, I don't even know what year. Yo, bro, this is crazy to me, man. This definitely is brothers is out of season, man. Brothers thought they would fly. Brothers don't get down like this. This is that new age fly shit right here. Nigga don't even show his sneakers no more, bro. I'm laughing because it look crazy, but yo, pretty much this is what's going on in the town, man. Look at this shit, man. Look at it. Demonic Balenciaga preparation. Look. Oh, they act like the lips was closed. Oh my gosh. Yeah, y'all see it, man. I ain't gonna drag it too long, man. Let me go back to the precept and I'll finish it off. Just had to add a few of the visuals. Cause yeah, if y'all don't know, that's a top designer brand. That's what Jake be talking about. Oh yeah, you got the Off-White. You got a lot of these, what's this dude, Virgil? He got the 666 thing, they got this different clothing lines where obviously you see, it just got demonic, too much activity on it. Too much, man. These days, y'all dudes got too much shit going, It's not even like a simplicity. Some things are just cool with a simplicity. It just regular calm, but it's just over the top. So Jehu, those were stumbling blocks because when it got all that loud, crazy shit, somebody look at, oh shit, oh wow, what's that? It knocks them off balance. They know that. They know they sending out, basically they sending out an actual sword, a walking clothing. The outfit is a giant sword, and it's just cutting people's minds up. Oh shit, damn, what's that? And it's causing them to lose distraction and lose focus, right? So that's where Jehu comes in, man. So he brought all of them forth. He brought forth the vestments, so you already know what they was rocking. Balenciaga drip, head to toe. You know what I'm saying? You know how much it is. I paid 8 racks for this. It says, verse 23, and Jehu went in Jehonadab, the son of Rechab, into the house of Baal and said unto the worshippers of Baal, search and look that they be here with you, none of the servants of the Lord, but the worshippers of Baal only. So he's making sure, man, because that's what's going to happen too. The angels, they gathering, they're going to make sure, we're going to separate the wheat from the tares. That's in the scriptures, separating the wheat from the tares. They go, hey, man, we only want the true worship. We don't want the true worship. Because pretty much the reason why he didn't want none of the servants of the Lord there, because they were going to slaughter all of these dudes. So they didn't want don't touch the elect. It says that in Ezekiel. Let me get that real quick. Ezekiel 9:4. And just to think about that, this is actually happening to this day, just on a different parallel of terms, But all of these events, just think of them as the angels or, spiritual gatherings just to mark people, or the jab, just to mark people. You know what I mean? And ultimately that MOTB, just to mark people, they're just doing it to mark people, man. Just to see, okay, All right, we got everybody at the Sasha Fierce kind of, okay, Mark, this is the people who went there. And once again, see, like, it gets come up because people think they just listening to music, but they don't know, the dance, the songs, even songs. You might like a song, but then you got to realize some of the songs you singing and the lyrics, a lot of these rappers, you're like, damn. I heard one nigga in the song, Lil Uzi Vert, he said something about, him serving say, I'm like, damn, you gotta literally watch, because the beat might be hit different, but then the words and the lyrics is just saying some other shit, man. Kodak Black, he got a rhythmatic voice, but he got one song, pull up in the demon on, man. It's just like, wait, hold on, wait, what am I saying? Pull up on the, how you gonna pull up on the demon on the Lord? Like that make no sense. Like that sound demonic. It's the rhythm is different, but then when you hearing the words, you like, oh shit, nah, this dude is crazy. Travis Scott. There's a lot of these, rhythmatic songs and things that's just being played on the radio constantly, but it throws your focus off. But so it's like, what you don't listen to music. No, you still listen. You could listen. You're gonna hear music regardless. It's gonna be blasting in the radio in the car. It ain't like you're gonna fight it off. It's just being aware, conscious, praying, asking the Lord for forgiveness. For certain things, and then at the same time, limiting your intake on certain things, and not listening to certain things as well. Yeah, but ultimately wanting the Lord to pretty much, man, remove this shit out, man. Because it's in a way. It's in a way, man. It's definitely in a way. All of this shit is in a way, man. If you don't think that this is in a way, it distracts you from your salvation, then you're going to be burnt up with it. This shit is all in a way at the end of the day, man, for real. Anyway, it says, that's why brothers listening to more soulful or beats or particular artists. So sometimes I bet, man, through the Holy Spirit, sometimes you just, there'll be no music playing at times. But then when you work out, of course you will listen to certain hip hop songs and, but it might not have as much of a pull, but even though it is still saying demonic, but it's less of it. It's still an intake that's going on, man. It's all rigged out, man, to be honest. But Ezekiel 9:4 says, and the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry, right? That sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. See, and this is what we got to be doing, is sighing and crying. Not joining a party, not joining these events or being okay with the events. We should be sighing and crying about it. This shit is in the way. This is a distraction. This is causing us to go off. It's going to cause your child to go off. It's wicked. All right, it's causing Israel for us to remain in captivity. This is what's leading us to captivity. All right. And that's why we gonna leave these bodies behind here, and they're gonna burn too, because these shits is with the party. Because the body is not like it'll eat pork. It'll go with that. It'll go. It'll smell it. Oh man, I've never seen a body just say, nah, nigga, that was pork. No, it's going to eat it. Somebody accidentally give you pork, that shit going damn near eat it. You might not be into the fact that you ain't have it or whatever. You might feel something funny in your stomach, but for the most part, ain't like the body not going to consume the shit. It is. So the body got to go, because it'll take on any type of activity, man. And for you not to know that or understand that, then, you don't understand the battle you in. The body already won. But it says, and Jehu went, and Jehonadab the son of Rechab, into the house of Baal, and said unto the worshippers of Baal, search and look that they be here with you, none of the servants of the Lord, but the worshippers of Baal only. And when they went in to offer sacrifices and burnt offerings, Jehu appointed 80 men without, and said, right, 80 men, right? It says, and said, if any of them whom I have brought into your hands escape, he that letteth him go, his life shall be for the life of him. So Jehu right there, he just pretty much set the tone to let them know that I'm going to kill you if you don't kill him. So it was kind of like, Yahweh Shah slayed him before me. If you ain't gonna slay him, I'm gonna slay you, because pretty much you okay in this process. You're gonna let them escape, because you want to see this activity still go on, and this is having no respect to persons, because you don't know who the hell there. It could be your family in there. He didn't specifically say this is Israel at the end of the day. You got family, people you know what I'm saying? Certain precepts, oh man, this brother was cool, brother. But he on that bullshit, and he's actually pushing it forth, and it's becoming a stumbling block. This is all of the unity gatherings, all camps, all knowledge. Yeah, let's all come together and have. Nah, man, that's causing Jake to go off. Anytime you keep going back and forth and doing this unity gathering and trying to talk in the tongues of these other people, nah, man, you making people. You can't mix the truth with this stuff, man. You only gonna make somebody else go off, because now they're gonna think that shit is okay. They're gonna think certain activities is okay. They're gonna think they can still keep this and be in the truth, and that's not so. That's why the Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai have a certain spirit on the apostles of GMS. It's just raw and uncut. It's either this or a yay or nay. It ain't like, well, okay, you can still do this. These guys want to wear caps and prophesy. And it's like, come on, man. Like, yo, you already was a nigga for how long? And it's like, come on, just at least when you're prophesying, put the damn cap down. Just put the cap down while you prophesying, bro. It's not that serious. Damn. Yeah, we in this society, but damn, like, yo, you can't even put a cap down. You gotta make a even stronger statement against the Lord, man. That's just ridiculous. But Jehu would have had him there. Yo, make sure you bring fitted caps only too. You heard? Fitted caps only. Right? It says, verse 25, and it came to pass as soon as he made an offering of the end of offering, the burnt offering, that Jehu said to the guard and to the captains, go in and slay them, let none come forth, right? And they smote them with the edge of the sword, and the guard and the captains cast them out and went to the city of the house of Baal. And they brought forth the images of the house of Baal and burned them. And they break down the images of Baal and break down the house of Baal, because these were the stumbling blocks, and made it a draught, a house unto this day. And when you go into that word draught, it became a sewer dump. Pretty much now, this place became where you would dump your garbage. A sewer dump. All right, a sewer, cesspool, cloaca, right, which just goes back to pretty much a sewer. Right. Common captivity, a common cavity at the end of the digestive tract, the release of excretory and genital products and vertebrates, except most mammals, in a sewer. Yeah, a dump, a damn toilet bowl, as the priests call it, a toilet bowl. All right. So that's what it now became. So your party ended up really being the shit. Your party ended up being the shit. And that's what's going to happen to Babylon the Great. All right, Babylon the Great, the scriptures say that it's going to be a burning. It's going to be a memorial, and the smoke is going to go up. It's going to pretty much be like a dump. It says the unclean, every unclean thing shall be there. So it's going to be turned into the same thing. And this is the place where it was so many parties. It was so much idols here, and the ceremonial practices, even of the origins of the ceremonial practices, the private joints, the Bohemian Groves, like the secret shits that we don't know. Like Jake is getting a shorter term of the services. Like Jake be freaking off and doing certain things, but they're not doing it on the rawest level. No, you got shit going on in the rawest level out here, man. That's not being seen. All right, that's where the Jeffrey Epstein Islands and shit like that underground. So yeah, them niggas got some real live shit going on. You know, although they picked Jake out to be seem like, oh yo man, look at these guys, man. They got running a stripper house, a whorehouse, and this, that, and the third. And yeah, those, you know, Jake is wicked for doing that, and those would be services of Baal that they don't know that they're doing in all essence, you know. But Esau, Edom, and then these wicked elites, they doing it on a whole grand scheme level. All right, what you think the movie Taken was about? You know, paying so much for raw version. You know, what do you think all of this shit was about? You know, getting kids and you know they had the ring inside of the Lords, the pedophile ring of the House of Lords in London. They had that guy from the BBC. It's this famous guy, man. I forgot his name. I mean, this guy was crazy. They said, man, he raped over 300, like a lot of them. I mean, he was like a talk show guy. He was a real big guy, man. But but these are things that are happening, man. In real life. You know, what about at the churches? Anyway, thus Jehu destroyed Baal out of Israel. See, howbeit from the sins of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, who made Israel to sin, Jehu departed not from after them, to wit the golden calves that were in Bethel and that were in Dan. So he didn't. He was supposed to knock Jeroboam top off as well, and all those who followed after that golden calf, but he didn't. All right, he didn't. All right. And the Lord said unto Jehu, because thou hast done well in executing that which is right in my eyes, and has done unto the house of Ahab according to all that was in my heart, thy children of the fourth generation shall sit on the throne of Israel. So what God is this? This God is rewarding him for slaughter? For slaughtering? What God is this? Hold on. He's rewarding them for slaughtering. Well, he's not rewarding him for slaughtering. He's rewarding him for really removing these stumbling blocks and making the eye be single on the Lord. That's what really Jehu was doing. All right. But it takes the fear to move them, man. All right. It takes the fear. So he was refocusing the cattle, refocusing the sheep. All right. That's what Jehu was doing. 2 Corinthians 5:11, knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. That's it. But we are made manifest unto God, and I trust also are made manifest in your consciousness. So what Jehu was doing was he was restructuring the brains of Israel, all right, through slaughter, all right, death, destruction, all right. And he was exterminating, removing, breaking down them images so nobody else going off. So he was actually helping Israel out, because eventually the Lord was going to do it anyway. You know, and then guess what? All the northern tribe got removed all out of Samaria years down the line anyway. So the Lord ended up using the Assyrians to remove them out because they didn't stop. All right, why? Because the images kept being there. You know, the distractions was still there. You know, they ain't never fully put it away, and they just kept going off. It kept going off. And why you think Babylon the Great got to go? Because it ain't going to never stop. It's just going to be more and more things. It's going to be more and more distractions. Now you got artificial intelligence on the loose. I mean, this nigga is going to go crazy. You know, he going to make a bunch of shit that just make you go off. You know, the chemicals in the food. All right. You know, once again, the images, the artificial intelligence, they're going to make movies at them. There's going to be all types of images and things to watch to get caught up into different new lifestyles, new things, new devices, just shit to just keep you distracted, ultimately. Right? From focusing on Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And why is it, oh man, focusing on Yahweh Hashem Yahushai? Like, what do you mean by that? What is that? What is that? Like, what is that about? Like, what are you talking about? What is focusing on the Lord? Like, what are you talking about? Like, this is life. Like, were we not supposed to focus on life? Now, this is, yes, we are supposed to focus on life. All right. But a lot of these things that's out here aren't life. All right. They're man-made. The simplicity of life is thanking the Lord for the sun, thanking the Lord for the water, blessing the Most High, calling on his name. That is the simplicity. See, he done blocked it with giving you a fucking job. So you think getting a job is getting through him. You think going to the supermarket is getting through him. No, the whole order got fucked up. You forgot that the fruit grow on the trees. And that in order for the fruit to grow on the trees, it has to be you praying to the Lord that fruit tree grow, because that fruit tree could fucking die. Or a fucking hurricane could come and wipe that whole shit out. Or the cattle could get sick and die. So everything came from with prayer of the Lord. But now, see, you think it's just all the job. You go to the job, I work a job, I got a good job. Job. The mission is just fucking bugged out. You know, and it totally removes Yahweh Bashem Yahushua out the way. You know? So, again, focusing on Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is going back into the simplicity of what it really is. You know? That's the level of connection, you know, the Most High want us to have with him. Again. And for those who are caught up in the system, it's going to destroy them, because they're looking at the system as everything. It feeds them, it teaches them, it gives them warmth, you know, and they're not understanding that it all comes from Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. It don't come from nothing else. He is the way. You know, we got to turn back. We got to get our minds focused. We got to recalibrate, you know, and we got to just get tunnel vision with this thing, man, because if you don't, when everything, when it all falls down, right, you know, you're going to go falling with it. You know, so it's best to let go and let loose and actually focus on Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, you know, really homing in on it and not having the cares for this thing, or not being easily distracted by the goings of this and the goings of that. You know, of course, he ain't perfect being in the flesh, you know, and especially in this wicked world, but your mind ain't wholly solely like, oh man, you know, no, you're going to be focused on the Lord. You're going to let the Lord make all his moves. You're going to wait on Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, you know, and when you do go out and move around, you're going to be moving through the Holy Spirit of the Lord, you know, not chasing after what Jake got, or I got to do it the way got to do it the way that this program got it done. Nah, we were fucking moving around this. We are going to do this through Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. How we're going to be, because Jake do things for a lifestyle to be rich, right? Pretty much, and get comfortability. How we going to do that, all right, is by this process right here, man. This very, very simple process right here, man. Serving Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, you know, to the best of our ability. And that's how it's going to be done, you know. I'm going to get this one scripture and I'll end it off. And for all you guys, man, doing that whole course thing, you guys got to read about Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus, whoever he did wrong to, he gave back to the poor, and he restored 4 times greater. So y'all got to change our ways, man. All right, Cesar Pena's and all these guys, y'all guys out there who scamming still to this day. Change your ways, man, and give back, man. Stop taking. Stop thinking the take is the gain. You really want to gain? This is how you gain. Joshua 1:8. This book of the Lord shall not depart out of your mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. See? That's how you become successful. See, everybody think the blueprint of success, hey, check out Ron Danilo, Rod Dallo, whatever that guy, business guy name is, you know, but they just think you got to follow these formats, these fucking formats, you know, and really that's all bullshit, you know, really it's just trusting in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and following the Lord's statutes and commandments. That's what's going to make you successful, you know, that's what's going to make you stand out. See, with Tobit, you know, that's what's gonna make you an outstanding candidate. As you know, he saw, oh yeah, you gotta have a job, you gotta have a fucking reference paper, and yeah, a job in your school you went to, and then, you know, I get it. We in the world, we gotta follow the rules of the world, but that doesn't make you yay or nay. All right, the Lord does. Check this out. In the time of Tobit's captivity, where the Assyrians was coming by way of the judgment of the Lord the Lord, because what Tobit 1 and 12, because I remembered God with all my heart, and the Most High gave me grace and favor before Ebenezer. So the judgment of the Assyrians, right? The king himself, right, who was coming with the judgment of the Lord, had grace and favor to Tobit because Tobit served the Most High, not because of the school he went to. He went to the Assyrian, or you went to the Assyrian school and did that and did our ways and customs. Man, we appreciate that. No, it's because he served the Lord. He didn't have to do none of that crazy shit, right? It says so that I was a purveyor. All right. So he made him a purveyor. That's how well. Look up that word. That's how well Tobit pleased Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. A person who sells or deals in particular goods, a purveyor of large luxury vehicles. Pretty much, I think he was like he would buy a person who sells or deals particular goods. Let me see something. Let's get some more definitions. A vendor, a trader, a seller. I believe, how do you use the word? Let me see. Modern day purveyor. I believe this is someone who does the where they have to buy the goods for the government and things of that nature. I forget what that's called. Supplier, like, man, it's crazy because it's something that I, recently was seeing. A purveyor is someone who supplies goods. Yeah, what are they called again, man? It's not the government. It's something with the government. Then they supply. A person who provides and supplies. An officer who acquired provisions. What's that called, man? Yeah, you're. That's what it is, man. But it's a Let me see. Man. Purveyor jobs. Let me just type in purveyor jobs. That might come up better. Not end it off. Purveyor jobs. Oh. Government purveyor. All right, it's cool, man. I want to drag it. It's public supplies. Right. The purveyor of public supplies was a government official in charge of government procurement. That's what I was trying to think of, man. Government procurement. Right. So you would buy the supplies needed for the government, sell things, you was in control of that. The government procurement. So that's what he was. Okay. That's a big job, man. Government is the biggest purveyor of this information. Government procurement. I need that. Procurement. Okay. The way the government gets goods and services from commercial bidders, it is also called public procurement, often a process of heavily regulated. So where the government gets its goods and services from commercial bidders. So you would pretty much the government, they when they need supplies, they will buy it from this particular person who's selling it. So Tobit probably was the person who was either choosing this particular person to buy from, or he was the person who was selling it, himself, and they chose him. I believe he was the person inside doing it though, doing getting goods and services from the commercial bidders. But then he could, probably could have been on the other side of it as well. Let me see. And the Most High gave grace and favor before Ebenezer, so that I was his purveyor. I went into Media and left in trust with Gabriel, the brother of Gabarias, at Rages, a city of Media, 10 talents of silver. So yeah, he was his personal purveyor. Okay. Tobit, purveyor. Yeah, in the May, so that I was his purveyor. Just want to see what other versions would say. So that I was his purveyor. Pretty much, man. That's the point. The point is just that the Most High showed him favor. All right, and it's not up to it's up. The Lord is doing this, man. That's really what it is. So yeah, I was saying conserving Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. That's what that essentially is, and that's what the Lord is pretty much doing, man. The Lord is shutting this place down, and we're gonna be free from the bondage of this place, man. That's what's going on. And he's using the word. He's using his men out here to put that out there, and ultimately, the Lord is going to do a real house cleansing. All right, Jeremiah 30:8. For it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck. Right. So you're going to be serving this dude no more, man. You ain't going to be following his ways and customs. And I will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. But they shall serve the Lord their God, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. And that's all we're going to be doing. We ain't going to be doing no clubbing. We ain't going to be doing the dressing that way. We ain't going to be doing, being part of that stuff. It's going to be full out Yasharala. And that's going to be a beautiful sight to see. All right. And that's the elect is going to, man, this is going to be a beautiful service. And this is going to be where peace dwells. This is going to be how things be prosperous. This is going to all make sense, But this is what we got to look forward to, and this is what we got to be focused, and hold on to our crowns to the end. With that being said, call Allah, Yamla, Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim, Kakadash. The next time I say Shalom.